Hello, today we're going to talk about writing linear equations 2. Alright, when writing a linear equation, there's two different types you need to know. So slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. The m is what is called the slope, so that's just the rate at which the line goes up or down, and the b is the y-intercept. So that shows where the line crosses the y-axis. The other one is the general form, which I don't like at all, but gotta show you. Something like x minus y plus 2 equals 0. Everything's just on one side. I do not like this form whatsoever, but I will show you how to get it. All right, our first example. We have a line with 3 points. We're going to find the slope-intercept form first, which is y equals mx plus b. So to figure out this formula, I need the m and a b. Now, when you are finding equations from a graph and you're doing slope-intercept form, the first thing you always want to find is the y-intercept, because it's always right there on it. The slope, you have to do a little something with it, but this is not. So where does the purple line cross the red y-axis? Well, at 0. All right? Now, let's go to our friend slope. Now, there's two ways to do slope. You can find the 2 points to do the equation, or you can just make a triangle and then count the legs from it. I'm going to do the triangle. So I'm going to go from here all the way up until I meet my other point, which is this one right here. If I wanted to go all the way up there, I could, it doesn't matter. And then I'm going to go over and meet it. So now I have a right triangle. A right triangle looks like this, has a right angle. So how many did it take? How big is this leg? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. How long is that? 1. So I have to do rise over run. So how many did I rise up? 5. How many did I run over? 1. So it's 5. The last thing I have to do is look at how my line looks. So if my line looks like this, it's positive. If my line looks like this, it's negative. Or just a general going down. So this one looks like this, so it's positive. Now I just plug everything in. So y equals 5x plus 0, or I could say y equals 5x. Now, if I want my general form, I just have to move everything over. So general form. It's called general. So y equals 5x. I'm going to move my 5x over to give me negative 5x plus y equals 0. But I can't have anything on that front number, so I divide everything by negative 5. And that gives me x minus 5, or 1/5 y equals 0. And there you go. There's your general form. All right, this one's going to be a little bit more difficult because we don't know exactly where it goes through. But fear not, we can figure this out. So I'm going to do my slope-intercept form first, which I'm going to use orange to do because I like the color combination. So I need my slope and my y-intercept. So I can find my slope by making my triangle. So I'm going to go up until I meet directly across from it, and then I'm going to run over to it. Now again, my graph isn't extremely accurate because I'm doing it by hand, but it's close enough. So 1, 2. I rose up 2, and I went over 1, 2, 3 to meet it. So slope is rise over run. So I rised up 2, and I went over 3. Now is this a positive or a negative line? Negative. So my slope is negative 2/3. Now I have to find my slope, or y-intercept. Now this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm sure there's a different way. I'm sure Odyssey shows you a different way, but this is the way I like doing it. So I plug in what I know. All right, now this x and this y, I do actually know that because I already have two x, y points. I have the point 2, -2, -4, and I have the point -1, -4. Now I can plug either one of these in to get my answer. I'm going to plug in this one just because it's a smaller number. Oops, wrong way. That's -4, -2. Caught myself. Sorry. Yeah, so that's how I'm gonna do it. So let me make sure again. So -1, -4, -4, -2. All right, there we go. We're good now. So now I can plug in either one of these. I'm gonna plug in -1 and -4. So my x is gonna be equal to -1, and my y is gonna be equal to -4. So -4 equals -2/3 times -1 plus b. So now my b is the only thing left. So if I can solve this correctly, I will have my y-intercept. So -4 equals 2/3. Now I need to subtract 2/3 over. All right, so now subtracting these, -4 minus 2/3. Now this is a little bit of old stuff that you have to know. So since that's actually over 1, I have to have the denominators the same. So I have to multiply this by 3 and the top by 3 to get me -12 over 3 minus 2/3 gives me 14. All right, so now my b is -14/3. So y equals -2/3 x minus 14/3. Now in the lesson, it says 13/3. But that's not right, it's 14/3. I double checked it. As long as my points and the ones I'm doing for this are correct, that's your answer right there. All right, this has been Writing Linear Equations 2. I hope it helped. Good luck.